Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of September 16th. This is for Pisces. Pisces, we are at the end of Virgo season. It is the polar opposite time of the year from your season, and we are having an eclipse like we had an eclipse in your sign a few weeks ago. The follow-up eclipse is this weekend on Sunday in Virgo, and then we are moving promptly into Libra season with the equinox, where it's a day where there's equal day and night all around the world at the same time. So yeah, we're moving out of somewhat of this chaotic moment. This eclipse is really bringing to light areas where we keep ourselves busy with distraction, and that keeps us away from like things like working on our self-growth is mostly what I've been seeing. So Pisces, what do we got going on for you this week? All right. You have Compass reversed. And so Pisces, as a water sign, I'm also seeing it as compasses are run off of magnetism. There's a little magnet that magnetizes to polar north. And that's how compass works. So you as a water sign, I mean, us as people in general, we're like 80% water. So when we are literally affected by the moon because of the tides and how the moon physically pulls us. But this card is saying that there are so many things, especially now, that are doing everything to keep us off of balance and out of our own internal compass. And it is just, because like I just learned about this today, everything is marketed to us because it's literally business now, which is gross. Manipulation in general is run off of desires and fears. So the world is literally trying to keep us in places of those states of get this so that you won't feel this. Like that's the biggest pull. Know that Pisces, really resetting yourself every day so that you aren't at the effect of these pulls. That's what this card is asking, because you're coming from a place of protected treasures. And so this is saying, this is what that manipulation kind of pulls off of, is that we have these universal fears that we respond from. And so this is protected treasure. This is your past. And it's saying that there is something in that wounded kid in you that has something that is protecting wholeheartedly. And so especially the fear trigger is if we can play to that fear, we can get this little girl to do whatever we want because, or, you know, to react in a way that we are expecting. Like one thing is, you know, if they, and I'm just talking broadly because it doesn't have to be the broad scale of the world, but could be. But just like, because even in relationships, people get played a lot because people will play on your fears. It's kind of a like, I remember, and I learned this in high school, so it was very nice that I learned this at a very young age. And it wasn't for me, it was for a friend off of her first boyfriend, I think, where she was told he's leaving you in a state of either as happy as he can, because it was high school, so we didn't see each other like weekend. So it was like, if he left her in a place of like real happiness on Friday, she would be thinking about him the whole weekend. If he left her in a bad place on Friday, she'd be in a shit place all weekend. So that was a manipulation playing off of something that he knew was able to control this friend. And so my suggestion for you, Pisces, is to just see where, you know, and you might have a shitty boss that likes to do this kind of stuff, because it's like, yeah, that same timeline of Friday to Monday, like leaving you in a state of panic on Friday about the state of the company, or like, you know, leaving the company with like a pizza party kind of crap. And just know where you're being manipulated, and like, what is it like for you? The deeper message for you would be to, what are these protected treasures of mine? Is it that this little girl really needs acceptance, or a little boy, Pisces boys as well? Like your internal compass will run a lot better if you can address the things that are easy to manipulate you. Yeah, and it doesn't have to always be bad things. I will say that in one of the times I was leading a teaching at it wasn't at the school, it was at a house, and somebody walked in with a stroller with a puppy, and I got immediately distracted. And it's like, oh, see, and that was also a happy distraction, but it's still a distraction. So, you know, don't let them distract you with like, yeah, fear mongering or puppy dogs, like literal puppy dogs. Like, what is it that can heal in you that you won't be at that place of reaction? You do have the mountain. It's right side up at least, so that's good. But so the mountain is this, you know, addressing and confronting all of this within you of what are your yeses and nos, which you can tolerate, which you cannot tolerate, so that you can get back to having a compass that is working properly and aligning with what is versus what people are asking of you. You need to get over this mountain of what it is that you're protecting in yourself. And so there's ways to go about it. You got options. You can either go over the mountain. That's like maybe the most work. Or I guess like going through the mountain, which like, yeah, if the mountain didn't have a mouth like this, dynamite, which is, you know, a very invasive way to go through things. It's like exposure therapy. Instead of exposure, it's just straight dump you right into like, you know, the lion's den. Or like meandering around it. Well, it's going to take longer. This might be the easiest route. And so Pisces, whatever it is that you're healing from, what is your approach? Do you want to, you know, you could ignore it. You could just, you know, not ever resolve things within you. And that's an option. But yeah, like you can struggle with it. You can work around it, even though it's going to take you longer. But we say it's like short-term playing for a long-term pleasure. Like, you know, it's going to take a little bit longer, but it's going to be worth it. Or like you can be more aggressive about it. It's however you want to approach it. You have the free choice and free will to do so. So the outcome is One Ring Circus. One Ring Circus, also in the way that it's coming up for me right now, is that One Ring Circus would typically suggest that this outside shit is still affecting you. But I'm seeing you as you are addressing this mountain. You're getting through it, but you are, you know, riding the waves of chaos, and it does not look, because it's not right set up, like it does not look easy or pleasant, but you're doing it the way that you would do it. And so know that whatever route that you choose to do your own thing is valid, and that while it might not feel easy this week going through this moon, know that you are doing it and you're doing it well. Yeah, and know that, yeah, this wasn't even the word. Like, this week is a time for a lot of people. So know that we're all going through it. We're all going to get through it. And yeah, so my hope for you is that you just really address whatever it is that, you know, are your weak points. Because in, this is, you know, like in more combative sports, at least, it's like if you can find the enemy's weak point, that's where they're gonna go. And so you want to make sure that your weaks, like you work on that weak point so that they don't have anything to attack. Yeah, that's what I have for you, Pisces. Happy eclipse, and then after this, I promise things will feel a little lighter. All right, bye.